Oh, I'm getting spammed already. Hold on 1 second. Oops. Subscribers. I'm gonna have to do it like this. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Sitting out here in the park, man. It's nice out today. Look like they about to grill out here. Got the grill going. Oh man, what is this? Hot user. I'm getting spam right now. That's crazy. What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? So I had talked about yesterday. I said his lawyers are calling for a mistrial because they're citing prosecutorial misconduct because they said they put um, a witness on the stand that they knew were lying. So that's what they're going with. What's up, Avid? You say you never seen spammers like that? It's always like that, trying to disrupt or whatnot. Um, yeah, so his lawyers are trying to motion for a mistrial. That's usually that's not out of the ordinary. That happens. That actually happens with mostly every trial I see. They'll file, hey, we want to file for a motion for a mistrial. This one is pretty significant though because they're saying that one of the witnesses were lying about the balcony incident, saying that Puff wasn't in the city at the time. He was in New York City at the time, and they provided some receipts showing that he was at the Trump Hotel at the time ordering room service. So that's what they're saying right now. So we'll see what happens in regarding that. One thing to note, though, she did say in her testimony that she admitted that the first lawyer she had wrote some statements on the original demand letter that she didn't agree with. She said some of the details didn't happen, as far as Puff grabbing her chest to the point where it bruised or whatnot. So she's saying that didn't happen, but they show her evidence that she kept going with the story even when she got a new lawyer. You don't think she committed perjury? We'll see. I don't know. Maybe she got the dates wrong or something. I don't know. That could be it too. But more than one person said that it happened. Cassie said that it happened as well. And she said, I forgot to tell you, when Cassie originally wanted to add her name to it, I think she said no. She didn't want her to add her name into it. To the lawsuit, Cassie's lawsuit. So we'll see what happens with that, but that's where they're going right now with it. They're going with that situation that she perjured herself. So we'll see. We'll see if she did that or not. So I don't know. Were you saying she didn't have it? So I don't know. You said her testimony was too conflicting to believe. You said her testimony was too conflicting to believe. That's what I want. That's what I was thinking too, Gen X, Gen. Did anybody see him, well, at the hotel that placed him there? Maybe a worker or something. Maybe the defense, when the defense put on their case, maybe they can bring somebody from the hotel to say that he was there. But they have records showing that he was there. You say, yeah, you don't believe her? I believe she perjured herself. So that's if you believe that, that's a problem, Avid. If you believe she lying, because that means Cassie is lying. Think about that. This case might be in danger of being over, and they're gonna have to try him again. So I don't know. We're gonna see, but they put in a motion, and easy going. The what do you call it? The state has, the government has to answer back. Yeah, the government has to answer back. So we're gonna see. It's the intentional act of lying, knowing you're lying. I know what perjury means. So did she lie or not? Did she purposely lie on the stand? That's perjury. Yeah, we know what perjury means for sure. And they're saying that he wasn't there at the time when she said that he dangled her over the balcony. I don't know, Kevin. I know she was dating him at the time. I don't know if she was staying with him in the hotel room. I don't know if she was there when he got arrested. That I don't know. But she said she dated him up until he got arrested. And there was some women things in the hotel room. When they showed the evidence of the things that they found in his hotel room, there was women belongings in there. So I'm assuming that they were hers. But the question is, they're saying that she lied on the stand because Miss Westmoreland said, "You agree that a person can't be in two places at the same time. You agree?" And she was like, she paused for a minute. She said, "Yeah." But it was women things in the hotel room when he got arrested. So I'm assuming that that's her belongings because she said she was dating him up until he got arrested. So, and he's still paying her rent. But was she in the room at the time he got arrested? I'm not sure. Because they showed a video, at the time he got arrested, there's a video, and I didn't see her in the lobby when he got arrested. He had a crew with him. He wasn't by himself. He was wearing all black and stuff like that. But there was a video of Puff going around on the internet. You could go find it. It's on Instagram. Before he got arrested, he was chilling in Central Park, and I believe she was with him. Because if you see him sitting there, he's sitting there with a group of people, and I believe I saw her. You can go find that video. Just type in Puff chilling in Central Park before the arrest, and you'll see it. What's up, Scorpio? You said New York and LA has a 3-hour time difference. Right. She showed the time difference. Well, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing in question. they're going by the picture she took, right? The picture she took of her injuries. They're going by the metadata because she claimed that she took those pictures after it happened, and they're looking at the metadata, and the metadata is not adding up to the receipts that she has that Puff was in New York. So that's what they're saying. It's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. Yeah, okay, you saw when she was in Central Park? Okay. The video is still circulating around because he was walking through New York. Remember, they showed him in Harlem. He was with his kids just hanging on the corner. And then there was another video they showed, TMZ showed that he was chilling in Central Park. And I believe he had his assistant with him as well. What's up, YouTube Unfolded? What's up, Ryan? Oh, what would she be lying about? The dangling on the balcony incident.
After or whatever, but they had thanked her like, oh, thank you for
The dangling over the balcony incident. Because if he wasn't in town and that didn't happen, that means she lied as well. So this is a very significant. I know Lisa Evers just reported on it as well. It's a very significant motion because if this case continue, he might have some action in the appeals. Now, this lawyer, I was listening to this lawyer earlier. He said he got action in the appeals already. He said this is dangerously close from getting overturned in the appeals. You said the best friend was supposed to be in civil court the day before her testimony, and she didn't appear. Why would she purposely miss a case that she brought forth and claims her life was in danger? The only thing I can think of, guys, is that she purposely did that on the stand to help him. That's the only thing I could think of. Because she went with the story. And they say in the metadata. See, here's the thing. My question is, when did she take the picture? That they never covered that in court. When did she take the picture shortly after the incident happened? Because she said when she went home. Oh yeah, she did say that. She said when she went home, her and her girlfriend left Cassie house after he left. And then she went home and took the pictures. So I don't know how long it took her to go home and take those pictures. I know it takes about roughly 4.5 hours on a private jet to get from Los Angeles to Teterboro Airport in New Jersey. So did he just fly to New York after it happened? That's my question. I don't, there's a lot unanswered there. There's a lot of X's there in the story. Did that happen? That's the question that I have. Like, because he could get on his jet and fly to New York and be at the Trump Hotel at a certain time. Or he could have had somebody, one of his assistants already at the hotel already before he got there, and they was ordering food on the corporate account. So it looks like Puff was ordering food, but he really wasn't there. That's my question. Was he really there? When the defense put on their case, do they have somebody to substantiate his side of the story? Oh yes, we see him on camera entering the hotel at this time. If they have that, I'm sure the defense, when they put on their case, when the defense put on their case, they would entertain that situation. You said, why go to a chiropractor and not a medical doctor? Yeah, she said, and then she didn't go back because she said the chiropractor said, who did this to you? And she said she panicked and never went back. And she wore a neck brace for one day. And then when she went to the concert with Puff, because he threw on a concert, she didn't have a neck brace on. So, and they showed that as well. They said she didn't have a neck brace on at the time. This is shortly after the alleged incident took place. She's sitting there partying at a concert with him because he had a show to do in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center. And she was there at the Prudential Center with him helping him set up, backstage and stuff like that. She was working for him at that time, at that event. You said, what happens to the items the Fed seized from Diddy's homes should he beat these charges? If he beat the charges, those items go back to him. At some point, they will mail the items back to him. All his personal possessions, you mean? Yeah, it'll go back to him if he beat this case. Yep, it'll go back to him. Yep, it'll go back to him. You said, I don't necessarily believe the girl, but if all they have is receipts, someone else could have. Or yeah, that's what I'm asking, Gen X Gen. There's somebody else that one of his employees was in the hotel setting up for him and ordered the food. But that creates doubt. You see what I'm saying? That creates doubt in her story. I'm not talking about the whole case, but at least her story that creates doubt. And I don't know if I'm gonna take what she's saying. I'm not gonna see. I'm thinking she's not credible if they if it comes out that she lied. Now, if she come out that she lied on the stand, if it comes out, the jury already heard that, and the defense saying that's prejudicial to him because it's showing violence that he's dangling somebody over a balcony. But the judge could admonish the jury and say, listen, you're going to have to disregard what she's saying because it was found out that she was lying, and they can move on with the case. Flight logs will help prove that. Right. But they didn't show that. They didn't show flight logs. Maybe they're going to show that when the defense put on their case. They didn't show the flight logs. But if they have flight logs showing that he's on the plane and stuff like that, maybe they got like video footage of him entering the airport and entering the Trump hotel. Then the defense will put on that case when when the government rests their case. I have a little doubt about her, but can the defense provide more receipts? Yeah, you think the judge will instruct the jury to disregard? Okay, but here's the situation though. This case might be over then because Cassie lied. So that means they got to bring Cassie back. Because if the story never happened, that means Cassie lied about it. Because she also said that it happened. So this is a very sketchy situation here because if they prove that she lied, Cassie lied. You say, why didn't the defense object or question her about? They did. This is during cross-examination. You talking about Cassie? No, they let her say it first. Maybe because they know they were going to catch her friend out there, and they waited. No, this is I think they waited on that because they knew that her friend was going to take the stand and tell the same story, and then they're going to go ahead and file their motions and stuff like that. I think it was a strategic move not to say anything right there. Yeah, this case is, even a lawyer said it. He said this case, he said at this point, he said he suspect the jury is going to find him not guilty on all charges. He said either they're going to find him not guilty on all charges or he got serious action and getting this thrown out in the appeals. He said it too. You said it happened on September 30th, 2016, but they have evidence that on September on that particular date, Puff was in New York City because he was getting ready for a show. He was in New York City. It's a situation, man. It's definitely a situation. It's definitely a situation that they're it's definitely a situation that they're entertaining. Now, I don't know if it's gonna, like I said, I don't think the case is in jeopardy, to be honest with you. I think they're just gonna, say have instructions for the jury, or the judge might just move on. He might hear it and just move on. But the government has to, hold on, sit in the car. Well, my car need a bath. I know that. Sitting under these trees. I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. Actually, it might not even be worth it. It's only gonna get dirty again. Um. So yeah, man, it's we're gonna see what happens, but the government is gonna respond, I'm sure, today, and they're gonna take it up tomorrow morning, and we're gonna see what they say. But the case is gonna continue, though. Yeah, it's gonna rain all day tomorrow. I'm going back to the football takes today for sure. I'm about to go hard in the paint on that. You said they showed the text messages from 2016. Well, there was a text message that was sent where Diddy, I guess they said that, no, she said that Diddy, no, they don't have no records of this, but she said Diddy allegedly FaceTimed her and said he don't want no issues. They don't have no receipts of that, though. They don't have no receipts of that FaceTime. No, we don't know about the defense witnesses yet unless they uploaded it today, because the judge was asking about it. You said he would go to the end and not reveal bigger fish. He wants to. He hasn't revealed any. The only name came out in the trial is Ray J. But I don't know if I believe her now, like anything she's saying, because she admitted to lying about him bruising her chest. She admitted that that was a lie. Yep, she admitted that it was a lie. You said again it happened September 30th. He was in New York, Reek. They got evidence that he was at the Trump Tower. Hold on, let me go to my notes. Let's see. All right, Brianna. It happened in the early morning of September 2016. On the 17th floor. She said she went to the balcony to smoke a you know what? And she said she don't know how Combs got in Cassie's house, but he came up behind her and picked her up on top of the rail. Now, she didn't say he dangled her over the balcony. She said he picked her up over the rail. And she said she was scared she was going to fall. And he kept repeating to her, you know what the F you did. You know what the F you did. And then she replied to him. They said, well, what did you say to him? She said, I don't know what the F I did. She said he held her for about 10 or 15 seconds and he threw her on the balcony furniture. And she said Cassie was in disbelief. And she said, "Did you just hang her over the balcony?" And then she said Cassie and Diddy started talking to each other, and Cassie revealed that Brianna's girlfriend is hiding in the bathroom. And when he heard that, he left the house, she said. And she saw a huge bruise on her leg. And she saw a huge bruise on her leg before she took a shower. Said she also had back and neck pain. And then they showed the pictures of the injuries. And then she said she went to a chiropractor because she was in pain. And the chiropractor said, "Who did this to you?" And she panicked. And she never sought medical attention again. Then she said she talked to Puff about the incident 2 days later, and he said he don't want no problems with her. He FaceTimed her. Well, they FaceTimed each other. Now, so let me go to. She said her first lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, he put some stuff in the original demand letter that she didn't agree with. About the bruise and on her chest and stuff like that. And she has immunity. Um, she was working for Young and the Reckless at the time. She was a graphic designer. And she also, she said her and Cassie became cool after a photo shoot. And she started designing different things. And she also admitted that she was selling Cassie drugs. She was her drug supplier. And her supplier was Ray J. That's when Ray J name came up allegedly, but they didn't go no further. To be fair to Ray J, they didn't go any further. But she said that her first lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, put that her chest was bruised and she didn't agree with it. But she continued the story even when she got another lawyer. She continued with that story, even though it was false. So that's when Nicole Westmoreland was really getting her on the stand. She was getting her really good. And I don't think she know I'm in the car. I have really dark tinted windows. She didn't know I was in the car. I'm just being she didn't. She didn't know I was in the car. I'm just letting y'all know. It was funny, right? Like, what the helly? What the hell are you on? What the helly? I have like limo tint. What the helly? What the hell are you on? She was like her at one point her chest was against the window. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if you get that close, you gotta tell somebody in the car. They having a little bit of, man, shout out to the Mexicans, man. They got like a little setup up out here. They about the grill and all that stuff. You know, they family out here. Got the whole family and everything. You said she should hear me talk. She didn't hear me talking. You said, okay, wait. Was that Mia or Jane Doe who mentioned Ray J? No, that was Brianna. Brianna mentioned him. No, Brianna didn't mention him. The first the the prosecution brought his name up, and then Nicole Westmoreland brought his name up. Brianna never brought his name up. She just said, "I don't." The only Ray J I know is the singer. She didn't really want to go in. She didn't really want to answer the question about Ray J. She said, "Oh, he's a singer." The person we talking about right now that they saying is lying on the stand is Brianna Bongalan, whatever her name is. Her name is Banna Bongalan. You said it's like she was ready to come in. She's still watching my car. She's still watching. She's like looking dead at me, and she's talking to somebody. She on the phone. I'm like, how can you not tell nobody? She couldn't. You have to. Oh, here she come again. Let's see. Let's see. Here she comes. She walking directly toward me. Let me see. Uh, oh no, she parked across the street. I don't know. Maybe she wanted to holler at me. I don't know. She got 10 on her car too. Hold up, that's her old man right there. Nah, she was waiting for her old man. That's what she was doing. He parked 2 cars ahead of me. That's what she was waiting on. It's hard. It's parking is hard out here, so they trying to make sure their car don't get towed. Their car not getting towed if they just stand in the park. That's what they're talking about. Hoping their car not getting towed or getting no ticket. Yeah, she was Cassie's girlfriend, best friend. You're right. That was her best friend. Like, well, her friend. I wouldn't say best friend as a friend. And she used to provide her. She used to sell her drugs, and that was a part of her income selling to her. I used to play football in this park growing up, actually. You said she also used to lick her from time to time. Could have been the case. They didn't bring that up. They didn't bring that up. They didn't bring it up, but I don't know. But she had a girlfriend, but you said friends don't friends, man. You said friends don't friends, man. You said you ain't gonna remember the exact date from 2016. Yeah, but the date is on the picture she took. She said she went home and took the picture. Okay, that at the stamp on that picture is not as he was in New York. So that's why it's very significant right now, Reek, because um, lawyers are starting to report on it now. They said this is very significant because if they could prove that she intentionally lied on that stand, this case is in danger of being in jeopardy now. And then this lawyer said it's a circus anyway. This guy talking to himself. Let me see if he on the phone. Let me see. See if he got a headset on. Nope, he don't. Somebody he talking to, he gotta be. He keep looking up, talking to somebody. I guess the invisible person 7 feet tall. It's crazy, man. He looked back like, get away from me. Yeah, so you said, was the balcony incident mentioned in Cassie's lawsuit? Yes. And she said when Cassie originally went to her, she said no. She said, can I put you in the case? She said no. See, she's trying to get herself out of it because she said no. I didn't want her to put me in the case. You said, if so, his settlement. No, it doesn't make it true. Just because you settle with somebody doesn't mean that you're admitting guilt. It means that you just want the case to go away. It doesn't mean guilt because it never went to a civil trial. He settled. I never understand why somebody ride by in a really nice car and just screw face you. Like, why are you so angry? You should be okay. Yeah, how you ride in a nice car and then mad about it? You're supposed to be happy. Maybe he mad about that car payment. He might be mad about that. Yeah, why the angry face? People just angry out here, man. You said, but why would you give somebody money if you didn't do anything? To make the case go away. It doesn't mean that you're guilty. They didn't have their ducks in a row. YouTube unfolded. I don't think they did. They did enough though. They had their ducks in a row enough. But maybe she purposely said that on the stand to help him out. I don't know. You ever thought about that? She may be trying to help him out. You know what I'm saying? They don't dislike him. YouTube, I don't think so. They didn't dislike him. They may have gotten into some rifts with him, but they were all cool. You know. Like I said, I don't know personally if I could work for him. I don't know I could do that. But these people were young. You said you don't like Diddy, but I don't see a case against him yet. A lot of people are saying that. They don't see the RICO yet. But this other lawyer, Avid, that link you sent me, Avid, if you're still here, where the guy had a whole chart and stuff like that, that's not good for Diddy. Like the whole chart that he had made up, trying to prove the RICO. Oh man, that forced labor, ain't that so 20 plus? That's insane. But But here's my question though: is that a normal thing in the industry? Is that a normal thing in the industry to be working 20 hours sometime for 5 days in a row? What happens if you're on tour? What happens if you're on tour though? You might have to work those many hours. Does he need an assistant? I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, if I had all that money, I don't personally need an assistant. I don't need an assistant around me 24 hours. Maybe a few days out of the week, to order my groceries, make sure my refrigerator is stocked with my stuff. Um, I don't need no stylist. You know how people get styled. I know how to dress myself. But they pay for convenience. You pay people for convenience so you don't have to do it. Nah, I want to do that. I need to stay real. I want to pick my own damn clothes out. I mean, unless there's certain occasions where I got to get a tuxedo made. You can't hear me? You said forced labor is what my ancestors went through. Yeah, that's forced labor. They could have quit. You said assistant for me, Uber Eats. Yeah, that's everybody assistant. And Uber and ordering groceries. I could do that my damn self. You see what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to set my hotel room up. I don't need, see, he had so much money that he had to spend some of it. You know what I mean? For tax reasons. So he had to hire somebody to do different things for tax reasons. So, you know, you got to look at it like that too. You say you used to work for a personal assistant and he was on call 20 hours a day. However, I had time in between. The pay was good. Yeah, you see, you was on call. But they weren't on call. They were actually boots on the ground for 20 hours. And I remember one time his assistant was like, she worked for like 18 hours. Then she saw him laying down, so she's going home. He said, "You can't go home yet." Went back and got her. She said she was up for 5 days straight with no sleep. 5 days straight. I would have messed all his stuff up. He would have fired me. I would have did everything wrong because I need sleep. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I think they're just, if push come to shove, the case will still go on. I don't think it's gonna be in danger of being over. But they'll just let the jury know to disregard her testimony. Yeah, 5 days and no sleep is crazy. But she chose to do that. She said she wanted to she said it was like a challenge to her. That's what she said. She said it was like a challenge to stay up for 5 days in a row. So that wasn't forced. It was a challenge. She looked at it as a challenge. I know 50 to 60 a year. You would think she would get more, but she eventually did get more. She went up to 100,000. She worked her way up. It's a choice. I'm sorry, guys. It's a choice. Because my ass would have quit. I'm like, bro, I can't do this. What you mean you can't do it, Max? You not focused? You don't want it? You don't want to win? You don't want to hustle? Nah, yo, I don't want it like that. I would have said to him, I need some sleep, Puff. I said, you on one. Yeah, she did say that. She was on medication, and it was a slow release tab. But the problem is, she said she started seeing lights that weren't there, and her hearing was, she was starting to have hearing loss. Her brain was shutting down. And then finally, she said, Puff said you could get some sleep. You could get some sleep. He said you could get some sleep now. Right. Drinking and drugging, sexing. That's what I'm saying. It's just a sex crew. You know what I'm saying? Is that criminal? I don't know. But I know what that why they're saying it's criminal when you paying people to cross state lines for the purposes of illicit sex acts, and it could be consensual. So they got him on multiple counts of that, man. There's multiple stories of him doing that. I just picked one. Yo, I was sitting there rolling because she was complaining that he took somebody else. This is Jane Doe now, that's currently on the stand. She was complaining that he took somebody else on a vacation, right? And she found out on Instagram. So she gave him attitude about it. And they weren't talking for a while. Then eventually he said, yo, pack your bags. We're going to go to Turks and Caicos, right? So she was happy about it. She was happy about it. Like, yeah, I'm going to Turks and Caicos. She did her shopping. And they just had a blind date. I'm sitting there all in their business. That's what she was waiting on because I heard them talking. They met on the app. They met up here at the park. Let's see if he followed her. Let's see. Let's see if it was a good. Oh, he going into the park. Is he going to the garbage? What is he doing? He walking to the park. He ain't even hug her goodbye or nothing. I'm being nosy, y'all. My bad. Yeah, she leaving, and he walked into the park. No hug or nothing. Maybe he going to get his car. I don't know, but his car wouldn't be over there though. I don't know. But she was complaining that he took her purse, so she finally went to Turks and Caicos, right? She was happy as hell to get her alone time with him, right? Because I guess she figured we ain't gonna have no hotel nights because we overseas, and I didn't hear him playing anything about a hotel night. So I'm straight. She thought everything was Gucci, right? However, when they got to Turks and Caicos, they went into the villa. He got a vacation villa and everything, and then he said Paul on this. He said Paul on his way. He said Paul on his way to the hotel now. So we gonna go see Paul. We gonna go see Paul. Paul is his personal trainer. He said Paul in town. We about to go, Paul in town. So you know what that mean when Paul in town. We gotta have a hotel night. And bro, she was like, I just had to do it. We had a hotel night. She didn't think she gonna have no hotel night out overseas. He arranged for Paul to come. Many executive assistants, depending on the level of manager, are on call 24/7. They do go home. It's just a call can come up at any time, and you have to log in and get the issue handled. Yeah, I didn't think a personal assistant is like 24/7 with them. I'm thinking it's like on call. You know, you log in and be like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this real quick. Yeah, he handled his staff differently. They were with him, YouTube Unfolded. Wherever he go, they go. If he had to go to the studio, guess what? Oh, I know he didn't, yo. Hold on, yo. Hold on, guys. Hold on. And that other girl just left. Yo, he got another woman with him. Oh shit. Yo, this a player, dog. This a player. It's a player. I mean, not be in his business. Cause he rushed her off. He said, okay, I gotta go, I gotta go. And I think his main squeeze is like on her way. Some woman came up to he went walking with some woman, man. He getting in the car with her now. I'm like stealth mode, you know, looking at everything. All right, he rolling out. That was slick, yo. He killed two birds in one feather. He ain't even hug her either. I think he got caught. That's what I think. Cause she was in there already. He ain't even hug her goodbye. He rushed off. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. And he rushed off. You know, that showed to show what he did. He was like, "Hey, I gotta go." She said, "What? I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go do something." All right. And she got in her car and left. He went running off and came back with a woman. Johnny Depp lawyer said it's not looking good for Diddy. Yeah, I heard him say that. He did say that it's not looking good. He's talking about the predicate acts. He said they've already got him already on the predicate acts. That's why I say it wasn't good when I first heard that they charge him with a criminal enterprise. It wasn't good then because it don't take much. It's very hard to beat that, especially if you were doing dirt. See, that's the problem he had. He ran a stable for too long. And you know the women gonna catch feelings. They gonna want to be the main woman, and he just couldn't handle it. And drugs were, you said men and women have to be careful with double bookings. That's hilarious. Yeah, he didn't even hug her goodbye, nothing. Not a kiss on the jaw, nothing, no hug. All right, I gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Then he almost got caught. He walked off so fast, you thought he was Usain Bolt, man. Yeah, he'll hear about it later after he rushed her off. Because she was looking for him. Like, he was parked. I didn't know he was parked across the street from me. Because when she was at my car, she was looking for somebody, and then she got on the phone, and he came walking from the park. I didn't realize he was parked across the street from me. So there's houses down there too. So he might have went in the house or went to the other woman's house. Whatever the case is, he almost got caught. You said any of the multiple players have any serious diseases. At least I hope they don't. I hope they don't. But they were he basically they were just he was cool with these, he was cool with them, right? He was cool with Jane, but she was just his entertainment. That's all it was. She just there for entertainment, and she wanted more. But he already said, look, man, you reneging on our agreement. You know what it is. You got to get on your job. He said, you got to get on your job, man. He said, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. We here for the hotel nights. But he did take her out of town, though. I give him that. You know what I'm saying? He did take her out of town. He took her out of town. The Turks and Caicos. He took her to Turks, you know. But if you go to Turks, you're gonna have to have a hotel night. And that's what happened. And but for sure, for Jane, this is all consensual, man. She said she didn't want to. She said, "Well, Jane, did you want to do this?" No, I didn't want to do this, but I wanted to please my partner. See, she kept going forward. All she had to do is say no, she didn't want to do this. But see, it's almost like she helping Diddy out. All right, guys, watch this. Can y'all hear me? This is how she helping him out. So she said, Jane, the prosecutor, Jane, yes. Did you want to do this? Did you want to sleep with Cabral? No, I did not. But I wanted to help. I wanted to please my partner. Yeah, she did cry. I wanted to please my partner. So that's not forced. All she had to do was say no, she didn't want to do that and move on. But no, she added the extra stuff. I wanted to make him happy and please my partner, but I didn't want to sleep with Cabral or anybody. You said he was just a Rick James super freak that's tricking, not pimping. That was tricking, not, yeah, he was tricking. He was. That ain't pimping. He was tricking. Paying a rent, this and that. You said she's not a victim. She's a willing participant that didn't want to work. Well, here's the thing. You're right. But the only thing that they're getting him on, though, Avid, is that he crossed state lines for the purpose of illicit sex acts. Guys, I told you how I felt last night. I told you how I'm voting. Not guilty. Straight up. Not guilty, man. Could you imagine working for me? Like, hey, Max, look, I'm in a pinch, man. What's up, Puff? I'm in a pinch, man. I need a hotel night. Can you help me out, man? Can you rock with her, man? Cause I need a hotel night, man. I need a hotel night, man. I like Puff. How much you talking, Puff? How much you talking, man? How much you talking, man? You said, but it was his girlfriend. It was his girlfriend at the same time, Southern Breeze, but they had a different kind of relationship. You said I would have been a part of the All Star game. Nah, man, I wouldn't do the All Star game. I mean, as of right now, I have to vote not guilty, but they could change my vibration. They could, but right now it's not guilty, man. Not guilty, man. Straight up. Hey, he's still paying the rent, so see, if she had said, see, it's a technical thing, guys. If she said, "Did you want to do this?" All she had to say was no. That's it, and move on. But she went further with it. She said, "No, I did not want to do this, but I wanted to please my partner." She's helping him. She's literally helping him. But the problem is, she said that she flew him in from Atlanta to New York. That's the problem. Okay. I mean, she didn't help when she said that, flew him in from New York and all that. She ain't had to say that. She should have said they got there on their own. That would have been really helping them. If she said they got there on their own, man. I mean, she technically is kind of biting because she didn't have to take the stand. She could have been like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." She could have been like Gina, the young, the one that her name really isn't Gina, but we gonna go by Gina. That's what she go by on social media. But she didn't show up. She's like, "Nah, man, I'm good, man." And she posting stuff on Instagram, pay my bills and pay my, that song, She chilling. She traveling and shit. It's like I ain't testifying on nobody. That's a real one right there. If he get out of this, he need to go wife her up, yo. Straight up. He need to go wife her up. I don't know if this is the last government witness. I'm not sure. You said it won't change. Maybe this a life changing event. YouTube unfolded. Going through a Fed case, sitting up in that's a life changing event. I ain't trying to do no more hotel nights. She said she did it to please him, but she ain't want to do it. And she started crying about her birthday, about messing up her birth. She really was crying. She had real tears coming down. She really was crying. Lord, these women with these short shorts, man. They come out here, they come out here with these shorts, man. It's crazy. It's like drawers. That's all they wearing is drawers. That's what they wear now. I'm not complaining, but I mean them shorts can't get no shorter. She walking her dog. I mean, at this point, you might as well just wear panties out, man. At this point, Lord have mercy. Why do people do that? Yo, it was this one woman, right? My my homegirl Miss Knockout, right? She saw this one lady show up for court. She be starting trouble outside too, acting all loud and stuff. And one day she showed up with a mini skirt dress on, and Miss Knockout was like, she must be looking for a man. She must trying to get her a man. Look how she dressed. Y'all women talk about each other so bad. Y'all do. Y'all are mean to each other. She said she must be looking for a man. Yeah, draws and paws. And look, she walking towards the basketball court now where the guy's playing at. She might be trying to catch. That she might be doing. She about to give him a show though. She is. She about to give him a show. She ain't flat. She about to give him a show, yo, and I'm watching. You said where Young Miami at? You said she went hiding like Saddam. She chilling. She not hiding. She could be a defense witness. We don't know yet. She not hiding. Gina not hiding either. These girls not hiding. Like this guy just made a video today saying Gina is missing. No, she not. She is not missing. Shit, she making Instagram stories and everything else, showing off her body and everything else. Taking nice. She taking thirst trap photos, everything else, man. And you know the crazy thing is, I didn't realize before this case I was following her. I was following Jane too, didn't even know it. Because I went and researched them, right? And I hit their Instagram and I'm already following them. I didn't realize that I was following Gina already. Gina's just missing court. She ain't missing. She's sitting up there taking videos and everything. I didn't realize I was following her. Yeah, Young Miami not hiding either. She cool with him. She never stopped being cool with him. They cool with each other. She helped him. He helped her with different things, right? And she said they cool. She didn't say nothing bad about him. See, the thing is, guys, he treated certain girls certain different ways. He had different categories of women. He had some women that he just kick it with, be seen with, like chilling with. And Young Miami is like an artist, so they share that in common. You see what I'm saying? And she was listening to him about different things about her career. So he was all for that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, somebody he could chill with, right? That's somebody he could be seen with, chill with, go to functions with. But the other one, she wanted to be that. She don't want to be in the dark no more. Because she said that they were down on the low with their relationship. She didn't want to be on the low with it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to be in the dark. He got her in the dark. She doing all this and doing that, doing different, just doing different tricks of the trade, and and got her in the dark, man. Got her all the way in the dark. She didn't want to be in the dark. You said Young is following Diddy, kid. Yeah, they still, yeah, she chilling, man. She ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay, she, she like that's my homeboy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she might be a defense witness. We don't know yet. She might get on the stand like he ain't treat me like that. Well, here's my thing. He may not have treated her like that because he got different categories. He got people that he freak off with and stuff like that. Like, listen, this is a consenting adults. If they want to sit up there and have hotel nights, that's their business. I ain't judging them on that. I'm past all that. You see what I'm saying? It's getting old at this point, man. I don't want to keep hearing all that, man. That's just their thing. You said Young Miami, I think was no, she was cool with him. She said it. She said he helped her out, and she said that she confided in him with different things about the industry. She said he taught her the game. He taught her different things she didn't know about entertainment. Contracts. How to different things where to be. He was like a OG to her. You know what I'm saying? Really, he was really like her OG. You know what I'm saying? And so they're gonna have to. Well, the defense hasn't presented their case yet. The government is still going, so they eventually rest their case, and the defense is up to bat. So they might call her. I don't see why not. So she ain't say nothing bad about him. She was trolling a little bit, talking about I don't know what she was talking about. She was troll. I think she was trolling. She said these girls know what time it is, man. We all know what time it was. You know what I'm saying? She might have hooked him up with a hotel night every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So I'll hook you up, Dave. Let me hook you up. Get you a hotel night. It's not that everybody. Let me tell you this: if Young Miami ever did it, I don't know if she did or not, but if she did, she probably is like, that's just me and him. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we did. Like he didn't force her. Yeah, she ain't go home with no dry pockets now. She ain't go home with no dry pockets. She a hustler about her. She ain't going no. The other one didn't go home with dry pockets either. She got shit. She live in a nice spot. These women don't want no broke man. You know what I'm saying? They were with him, for all the fringe benefits. You know? Diddy seemed like he was really generous with his money, though. He was. They weren't one for nothing. He driving one of those three wheelers, that you sit down in, playing his Spanish music. Solida, amor, mi amor. He said, I think they knew. Yeah, they knew what it was about, man. He said she wasn't letting him keep her in the dark. You see how she told Puff they went together real hard. Yeah, you see how Puff face looked? She said, man, that's my boy, that's my man right there. And he was looking like, oh man, come on, girl. Can we just keep it in the dark? She wasn't trying to keep him in the dark. She wanted everybody to know she was with him. And he had to go along with it. He had to go along with it because, she might have hooked him up every now and then with a hotel. Now, he ain't want to mess that up. He ain't want to mess that up, so he had to go along with it. He probably said she was tripping. Like, girl, you tripping, man. We got to stay in the dark. She said, we ain't staying in no dark. We not staying in no dark. You expect that to ensue depending on how she tested. Listen, I'm telling you, she said that she did it to satisfy him. Okay. And she did admit that he was like, okay, let's make a deal. How much can I give you? She said, okay, 15,000 a month. He said, okay, how about 10? So he negotiated. She negotiated. She's okay, 10. And then she went and looked at places, and he agreed to use that money to pay her rent. That's generous. If you ask me. Yeah. And you remember Avid during the vid, they got on FaceTime together. They got on Instagram Live together. She was like, yo, you kind of cute. And he was like, oh, yeah. He was uncomfortable when she said it. He was like, oh, yeah, because he's not used to that. She really did like him. She said, yo, you cute, man. And he was like, yeah, he tried to play it off. Yeah, I got to get a haircut and all that. She said, nah, even that, I like you. And she said, what's up with me and you? And he was like, what you talking? Like you could tell he was like, he wasn't used to that. He wasn't used to somebody doing that to him. And he became cool with her. They became cool. He took her, they went on trips and stuff. And then what's her name mad about it? She mad about it. Like, damn, he hooking up with a show and all this shit. taking on trips, getting us some real money, getting her hustling, making some real money. No, they ain't want to hear that. No, he didn't treat her. You said sold for $333.33 a day. No, he wasn't. He was generous with her. He didn't treat her like that. What is that? What is $333.33? Oh, you talking about? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about Jane. I'm talking about Young Miami. She got her own thing going on. Damn, it's raining on that parade out here, y'all. They need to bring a tent out here. It's starting to rain. They don't give a damn about the rain. Oh, they did bring a tent. Now they all can't fit in that tent though. Oh no, they got something. They brought a tent. I was about to say, yeah, they brought a tent. I mean, a cover. You said it was a couch. Oh no, he did give her money to buy a couch or some shit. He gave her a little money. Then gave her a few thousand to buy a couch and the rest of her furniture. He was generous. I know she had her thing going on before him, but see, he liked that though. He liked her style because she was more like a round the way girl. Something that he was used to. Like they speak the same language. Like, they both entertainers and stuff like that. And he was really helping her out, giving her certain things she didn't know. Like he was giving her some games she didn't know about the industry. So they shared that in common. They both are creative. So of course he gonna take her on trips. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take on trips, stuff like that, and chill with her. And I remember one time this is before the raid, he was chilling with her in Miami. They were just chilling. They were sitting there chilling. And then what's her name said she didn't like that because they were acting normal. She said that you're acting like that's your regular normal girlfriend. And like she said she wanted that. Yeah, she said it was hurting Southern. She said it was hurting real bad. I mean, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't having normal intimate relations. She was having adult film sex. That's different. Take that. Make it nasty. Take that, make it nasty. Yeah, in her opinion, you only get what you negotiate. Okay, what happened was, okay, the incident where the man was sweating and stinking. Okay, she didn't do nothing with him. She tried. She said she let him, feel her and stuff like that. Rub her, she rubbed his legs, but she said he was just sweating profusely. And then she said he had body odor. So then finally she pulled Puff in the room and said, yo, man, I can't do this. He said, you can't do it. She's like, yeah. So he understood. So what he did was he excused the guy. He said, because she ain't going to be able to do it. So he excused her. But he had a backup, though. He had a backup. Because he probably knew. He had a backup, right? At least he had a plan B. He called up his backup. You know what I'm saying? He called up the backup because she couldn't do it. And he like shit. He said, all right. He told her, all right, no worries. He said, no worries. And he got on the phone, what I'm saying, had his backup. Yeah, but like when they were having sex, the guy was standing over her head, like he about to teabag her or something. Like that was kind of crazy. Yeah, he had a substitute. He had a plan B. But the crazy thing that had me rolling when she finally went to Turks and Caicos, she didn't think she was gonna do a hotel night because they out of town, right? And she didn't hear him talking about nothing. And then he told her, "Hey, the hotel over there, Paul is there now. Paul, you know what I'm saying? Paul doubled as his trainer, and he get to always call Paul. Yeah, he had to he set it up in advance. She thought she was gonna be in Turks and Caicos with just him exclusively. Shit, Paul was there to enjoy it. He straight up called Paul, man. Yep, Paul was there. Paul. Paul was like, I'm ready, man. Look, Paul got a free trip, man. Turks and Caicos. He got him a nice hotel. Shit, Paul was chilling. So what happens when the judge denied a mistrial? They just keep going, Raven. They keep going with it. Raven fan. They keep going with it. Yeah, Paul. Paul. No, he's not a bodyguard. I'm sorry, he personal trainer. He's Diddy's personal trainer at the time. But he also, yeah, Paul, personal trainer. I guess the defense will note that. They have to note that. So when they go to the appeals, they'll have that already on record. So they're doing their job by calling for a mistrial. So everything could be on the record. So when they go to the higher courts, they'll have that action. It's just they're just doing their job. He said, "Did you order room service?" No, that's Paul. Come on in, Paul. And Diddy was excited. You know what I'm saying? We got Paul here because he cool with Paul. He was cool. You know what I'm saying? He hooked Paul up a few thousand. You know what I'm saying? Paul good. Could you imagine that if I worked for Diddy, y'all? And look, could y'all imagine my name come up? They're like, Max, take the stand. Y'all be like, what the fuck? That can't be Max. Like Max, like how you doing? Hey, how y'all doing? As soon as I talk, y'all know who the fuck it is. I'm like, yeah. They was like, how long you work for Puff? A few years. He'll call me up when he need a hotel night. You know what I'm saying? And I did it on my own free. I'll try to help him too. I'm like, I didn't go there for sex. Oh, really? Yeah, I just went to chill with him. I would sit up there and lie, yo. I'll try to help him. I'm like, nah, I paid for my own flights. You know what I'm saying? I paid for my own flights. Because what I would have did was, yo, Puff, yo, give me the money, yo, let me pay for the flight. Because I be thinking like that. I'm like, nah, I paid for my own flights. And, Puff, we just cool like that. You know what I'm saying? And we all just chilling and, he want me to rock out with his woman. You see what I'm saying? And that was it. You know? Y'all would sit there and y'all would be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, man, that's what it is. I personally don't see nothing wrong with it. But in the government eyes, that's a crime. I per se wouldn't do it, but I think it's a waste of time. I'm being honest with y'all. Like, come on, man. You know how many people do that? So everybody should get locked up. That whole voyeurism thing, a lot of CEOs and men with powerful men that got money, they all be doing that, man. You said powerful women too. I'm pretty sure. Oh, really? Where they at? Where them powerful women at? You heard me? Where them powerful women at, man? Hook me up. Where them powerful women at? They flew me on out. But I'm not cheap though. They got to pay me, yo. They gonna be pay me more than a few stacks. You know what I'm saying? And I'll provide you the boyfriend experience. And plus, I could talk about any subject. I could bump my gums, of just about anything. Yeah, where you powerful women at? You flew me on out. I wouldn't tell nobody. Like that's just what it is. Y'all ain't got no my business. But they do that though. YouTube Unfolded is right. They do. It's a thing, but they keep it under wraps. So, but the only difference with him is that lawsuit went public and it's not under wraps anymore. It just all hit the damn fan, and then the domestic abuse didn't help it at all. That's what he shouldn't have done. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. He shouldn't have did that. That's his issue. You know that domestic situation. See, that's what we all can agree with. We none of us can agree with that domestic situation. You understand? So he ain't had to put his hands on her. And that goes to show, right? Y'all men, I'm a man, so I'm speaking for us too. We could sit up there and have all the women we want, but the moment our woman go out and do that to us, we are hurt like a MFer. We are hurt. We can't take that. We are hurt. Hurt, hurt. We are hurt. Okay? We can't take it. We cannot take that. But we can sit up there and have a whole team all we want to. We can sit up there and have a whole roster. But I'm gonna tell you this, guys, as you get older, you can't be dealing with no roster when you get older. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You can't have more than one old lady because you know how much draining that is. Because because then they gonna be like, how come I called you and answer the phone? When they want their time with you to talk, that's when they want their time. They not trying to negotiate no time now. So now you got to come up with some lies, and it's just too much, man. You might as well just stay with one. One is enough for me. I can't be because I sit up here and my pressure be high. I'm sitting up there lying, so I can't be doing all that. I can have me one. That's it. They could have been dumb. They could have been. Yeah, I can't sit up here and because see when they call you and see women, they know your patterns. Okay, see, I don't text him about 5 hours ago. Now, usually he'll get back to me in a few minutes. How come it's been 5 hours? See, they won't say nothing to you at first. They'll keep a mental record of it. Okay, okay. How come I call and they go to voicemail that quick? How come his phone ain't turned on? He ain't at work. They keep tabs on you. They got GPS on you, man. They keep mental tabs on you, and you can't sit up there and lie because we can't lie good. I know I can't. So you might as well just stick with one. And you could do different things. You can spice it up. You could just if you get creative, you could spice it up. If you get creative, because women notice everything. I remember a friend of mine said one time I heard her over talking to her homegirl. I'm sitting there eavesdropping because I'm at her house, and I'm sitting up there ear hustling. She thought I was sitting up there playing the game. I was. Me and my other boy was playing FIFA. It's a homegirl house. She lives up in New York, and she was on the phone like crying. And we like, listen, yo, turn the TV down. When you turn the TV down there, you really trying to ear hustle. She said he finished and there wasn't nothing in that condom. That's what she said. She said it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing like how it used to be. So who the hell who draining them? Cause there wasn't nothing in that damn condom, yo. And that's how she knew. She said he cheating on me. And then she came in there and told us. I said, well, maybe he choked the chicken before he came to you. She said, no, he don't do that. And sure enough, he was cheating on her. Sure enough. So they notice everything. They, they notice every little thing about us. So it's hard. Yeah, the player life got him into this mess. He can't. He couldn't maintain a roster. That's what happened. And then he get to arguing. So it's hard, man. It's hard. And he older too. It's hard when you get older. Yep, she measuring it, Abbott. He ain't had none. He ain't had nothing to give. He ain't had nothing to give. She said something ain't right. And then she said to him, maybe you need to go to the doctor because, like, she said, you been with somebody? Have you, masturbated? He said no. So that's how she knew. That's why I say you can't be out here having a whole team. You got to let them know. You have to let them know. Because if you don't let them know and you sitting up here juggling a roster and they mess up and their pH balance go off, they know you cheating. That's why you might as well don't do it. Now when you get to be my age, one is enough. I'm telling you right now, you women, boy, y'all drain the hell out of us, man. Especially with your conversation. Lord have mercy. You got to sit there and listen. And if you ain't actively listening, they'll let you know about it. Nah, you can't do that. It's hard to keep a lie. So at our age, it's hard. You might as well just stay with one. At when you get to be my age, you lucky you just got one. Way things are out here, you might as well keep. Especially you got you a good woman. Shit, you better keep her. Shit, you got you a good woman. She's sitting up there upgrading your ass. Upgrading you. She might as well be happy. That's how I am. Lord give you a blessing. You better blessing. Especially got a little bit of change. Guys, I'm not lying. Especially she got a little bit of change in her pocket. You better keep her. You better keep her and stop playing. You better keep her. You know, because they know your habits. They do. They're not gonna say nothing right away until they ready, until they tired of you. Once they tired, then everything gonna come up. They keep text messages and everything. See, might as well don't do it. I don't give a damn if I got money like Puff. I can't do it. Because then, like I said, he had to worry about what's her name complaining that she can't go on a trip. So he had to deal with that. And he said it. He said, I'm not going to be going through all this. That's what he told her. I'm not going through all this. He said, at my point in my life, he said, I'm not going through all this. Basically what he was saying was he too old to deal with this shit. He said, look, you know what it is. He said, every time I turn around, he said, he said, I think I'm about to go missing. That's what he told her. I think I'm about to go missing. He said, that's what you want to do. Let's get it. Because he said, let's do that. So then they broke up for a while, right? And here he go. Good morning. Here he go with the good morning text. And that's what started over again. Cause now he ain't got no hotel nights. Then what he gonna do? He ain't got no hotel nights. He missing the hotel nights. And then he caved in. Let me take her to Turks and Caicos, man. Because that's what she want. Let me take her, man. And he did, but he brought Paul with him. He had drama too. It's all the money he got. He had drama. He sure did. Because Cassie was a live wire. She sure was. She was a lot to deal with. She was. And she got caught up with that, on that stuff. And he had to deal with a homegirl too. Shit. Lord have mercy. He was too old for that shit, man. She was, she young and spunky. She was hard to deal with too. because she wanted him. And finally, she had enough. That's what happened. But now she see what he doing. Had with Carisha, her name is. She's like, oh hell no, he not gonna sit up here and this and that. I want some money. That's it. At that point, he should have just said, all right, let's negotiate the money. Because when you get to be all right, you want peace. You said at a certain age you're not marketable anymore. I mean, at a certain age, you might as well just stay with whoever you're with. When you get to be my age, you gotta stay with whoever that's into you. That's it. And rock out that way and build that way. Because women like women want some guarantees. They want a return on their investment. Okay? They want some type of title. And they don't want to be in the dark. They're not trying to be in the dark. Oh, because they'll tell you real quick, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, what are we doing right now? Like, we chilling. No, what are we doing? Are we together or not? What are we doing? Because, yeah, she was tired. She's like, I'm tired of dealing with this. And you ain't trying to give me no guarantees, no nothing. Come on now. What's up, Chantel? You said don't fall for the Western rhetoric. There's someone out here for everybody at any age. Yeah, that's true. There's somebody out here for everybody. Hmm. And then when you find that somebody for you, you just might as well stay with that person, especially with my age. Everybody got baggage. Are you willing to deal with each other? That's it. Are you willing to deal with each other and be happy? That's it. That's what it's all about. You deal with each other and be happy. And remember, person is not your the person is not your child. It's your partner. And that's it. You be good. I mean, I mean, sometimes they got a lot of notches under their belt. They know some tricks. Yeah, they got a lot of tricks for you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You get a little notches, but you might have some tricks for the brother. You might have little tricks for me. You know, that's it. Might have some tricks for me that I know about. That's good for me. I don't care about the notches. We grown here. We ain't caring about no notches. We grown. We grown over here. That means you season for the pleasing. You season for the pleasing. And shoot, I'm happy with that. That's right. Shit. Well, what's her name? Husband better watch out. Cause I'm lingering through New York. I better not catch it at no Starbucks. What's his name? Alex? Fine. What's his name? He better not let me catch her at a Starbucks or something. I say, listen, I really admire, your strength and everything like that. I just wanted to say that. Oh, what is your name? My name is Ramon. Okay, I'm Ramon. You heard me? I'm Ramon and shit. My name is Ramon. I said, I ain't talking about Alex, gaming girl. I'm talking about Cassie. Better not let me catch that Starbucks. You said that's when brother Bryce shows up. They seem to be real happy though, so that's good for her. That's good for her. You know, everybody needs somebody. Everybody got a past, man. Everybody got a past. I ain't worried about the past. I ain't worried about it. We in the present. Women catch feelings way before the. Well, like I said, you just gotta stay with one person. Just chill and just relax. You can go on trips together. There's plenty of things you could do. I don't think he'll sue her though. I don't think so. I think he'll just chill, be glad he's home. You know, he ain't got to sue her. He trying to, because remember he still got those civil cases to fight. Yeah, it's just all good. I mean, at this point, he's not trying to sue nobody, man. He's just trying to go about his, get back to his life, man. You said move in with Russell. Russell be in New York. Somebody saw him recently. He was in New York. He be all over the place, but he mainly stay in Indonesia though, Bali. You said if he survived this, he really got 9 lives. Shit, he be down to 8 now. Like that take a lot out of him. You see, his hair is white. He got to go ahead and he spent a lot, Ryan. At least 20 million or close to it, maybe 10 million. But you talking about all the lawyers in total? Yeah, about 20 million because of the civil cases. He got lawyers for them too. I can tell that Brianna girl didn't want to be there. She really didn't. She just want to hurry up and get that over with. It's just too much. What's up, Native T? It's just too much. You just go chill. That's what I would do. Go hang out with Jane. Go hook back up with Jane. You know what I'm saying? Go take her to Paris. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Paris, man. Let's go check out the Louvre. Go out there. I said, you know what I'll tell her? Look, I'll be bold. I say, hey, can I hit Paul up real quick? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me hit Paul up, see what he could do. She'd be like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. We ain't doing that no more. Ain't nobody want to be there, Sharice, but they had to. I don't think Cassie wanted to be there either. Nobody wanted to be there. I wouldn't want to be there either. You know, look at Paul just show up. Hey guys, I didn't know you was in Paris. Man, she'll be mad as hell. She'll be like, "Oh no, you didn't, man. No, you didn't." They probably have a falling out right then and there. So how the hell Paul here, man? He said, "I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Just checking. Just checking." You love his free trips. She was like, "Hell no." It's getting cool out here all of a sudden. This weather is janky, man. This weather janky out here. Now it's getting cool now. It's like hoodie weather again. It's crazy. Second week in June come going into. Now it's hoodie weather again. Yeah, he need to just keep him one woman now. That's it. Just one. That's it. She gonna drop a new contract talking about we need a little bit more negotiating now. But one lawyer seemed to think that he's gonna eventually get out on appeal. Like he definitely gonna appeal. He said he can already see the mistakes. That's what he said. He said this is not set up for him to stay in jail. It's not. He said it's gonna be like a Cosby situation. So Pizzall. He changed his habits. I don't know. That's yet to be seen. That's up to him. I don't know, Ryan. I know I would. It's not, the crazy thing is, this is not really embarrassing, really. It's so many people that's into that lifestyle. Everybody's okay. I've heard this lady was sitting next to me. She said, "What's the big fucking deal?" She said, "People are into this." That's what a lot of people thinking. Like listen, people are falling asleep during her testimony. Literally falling asleep. I almost fell asleep, but then we got a guard over there. He was like, "Look, man, you gonna fall asleep? You gotta get out of here." So I got to stay up. I damn near was falling asleep because we don't heard this already. It's like it's getting old at this point. Like, okay, we know baby oil. Okay, like, is there anything else? Yeah, man. It's like at this point, I'm like, damn, I'm trying to stay up, especially after lunch. She was like, "Well, what will Mr. Combs do when you say you were hurting and stuff?" He would just pass me some Astroglide. I was like, "Oh Lord, pass us some lube. You could do it." Giving him a pep talk. We're a team. Yeah, man, we passed all that, man. I'm serious. I am. It's getting old, man. It's getting old. Like it's not even. It's like people are into that, man. It's getting old at this point. At least for me, it is. You should have saw some of the women faces though. When she said I was just in a lot of pain and this and that. One woman, you could see the look on her face. She was interested. It's craziness. Yeah, swinger lifestyle. I mean, everybody know that already. That's what this seemed like. Just swinging. I'm like, come on, man. So if he did reach somebody on that jury, it's gonna be a hung jury. That's what I'm calling for. I think it's gonna be a hung jury. Well, I heard people do fly out to Dubai to do that stuff. This one lady was complaining. She was complaining because she didn't get the money they promised her, and they took her passport until she was done. She said it was like 15 men in one room that she had to. Yeah, it's crazy. You imagine that? And they take your passport. That's some crazy stuff. What people do for a few thousand when you can get on YouTube and hopefully, I know people on YouTube really making it. You know what I'm saying? They really doing what they got to do. Shit, in that case, get a OnlyFans. But you need fans to have OnlyFans. You got to have a following already. Shit, I might have to start an OnlyFans showing my big ass feet. Oil my feet up. Let me stop. You ain't got to see my face. Let me oil my feet up for you. Get some of this paper. Yeah, but she went and got all her money YouTube unfolded because she was only out there for a week. They paid her though. They paid her what they said it was going to pay her, but she thought she was going to get more in tips. She thought because she heard that you can get more. She didn't. She got right what they said. She got 50,000. They paid her the money. They wired her the money. But Lord, what she had to do to get it. Lord have mercy. They they did all type of things for the money. But hey, man, everybody got their thing, man. Everybody got their whatever they got to do. Damn, it's raining out here now. It don't got cool too. It don't got cool out here. But the people out there cooking out, they got a tent, like a thing set up so they won't get rain on. That was good to have. They had the Mexican music playing. They having a whole feast. They know how to live it up. Family. Bring the family. See, that's what I'm about, man. You see, a Puff too old for this shit, man. When you get to be my age, man, just get you one woman, man. Damn. Shit. Because the older women get, it's hard for us to keep up with them. So if one is enough. The older you get, your sex drive go up for a woman. So it's hard. We got to keep up at that point. She might as well stick with one. That's it. That's it. Just one. Just one, man. Yeah, just one, Dom. I'm with you on that. Just one. That's that's it. Just one. And then you could travel and different things. Shit. You just that's it. They said that he was like he did mention that he wanted something with Jay and Beyonce got. He wanted that. He really wanted that. So he was thinking about it. He was thinking about selling that because he wanted what Jay got. I believe he was getting tired too. Like he just couldn't. He was getting tired towards the end. Yeah, I'll follow it again if they retried it. But I know the next time they'll have more of a advantage because all they need is one more. And I don't think they're gonna try the third time, man, because at this point it's a waste. At this point, just let the man go, man. Just let the man go, man. At this point, but then people gonna be like, "Look, do y'all got enough? Is it really? Do y'all really have enough? Just let him go. He'll watch himself next time." Oh, Bay's sister wasn't playing, man. I ran into her in New York one time, and she laughed because I'm walking right. I didn't know it was her, and I like, Lord, somebody smelling good out here. And she said, her and her girlfriend started laughing. She like, he talking about you, girl. And they kept walking. Looked back and laughed. I said, somebody smell good out here. Lord have mercy. I said it just like that. Somebody smell good. You know how y'all wear the lotions, and I like that, the lotions, and I don't know. I remember one time for my ex birthday, I went up in the lotion spot. No, I went in Victoria's Secret, and I'm looking at the stuff. I said, "This ain't for me." She said, "Okay." They laughed. They said, "Well, can we help you?" I said, "I want something that smell good. What you got up in here? Just pick something out for me." Because I'm looking around like I needed help, right? Sir, do you need help? Yeah, I need help. I'm waiting for y'all to ask me. I said, I need help. And they started laughing. I said, look, this ain't for me. Just let you know, I'm trying to get some smell goods. I said, whatever you just recommend, something to smell good. Well, what is she like? I don't know. But she just something to smell good. She said, I know, but there's certain things. I said, just pick something out. And apparently she picked out some really good stuff. She said, wow, you picked this out? Yeah, yeah, I lied. Yeah, I picked it out. I sure did. Knowing she said, no, you had help with this. I said, yeah, a little something. Yeah, I went right up in there because I walked up, easing up in the store, looking at everybody. Hello, hello, and I'm looking around. They said, "Sir, you need help?" Yes, I need help. I need help. I need help. All right, well, we gonna help you. Well, guys, I'm about to get up out of here and everything. Go and it's raining out here, man. I was gonna go sit out there and see if I can see what's going on, but it's raining. Everybody clearing the park now. They had baseball games going on. I was out there earlier watching that. That was pretty good. They had I think it's like um I want to say club teams or something. Yeah, they were doing pretty good, man. That was a good baseball game. I sat out there and watched the whole thing. They was like, "Who you cheering for?" I said, "I'm cheering for y'all, man. How about that?" That's what I said to them. I'm cheering for the Dominicans. They had the flag and everything. I said, "I'm cheering for y'all, man. I'm cheering for the Dominicans, man. I'm cheering for Poppy and them, man." They started laughing. I said I'm up here chilling with y'all, man, because I was on their side anyway. I played baseball in Little League and all that. That was fun. Baseball, we used to, if we win, we get pizza. That used to be fun. We ain't win too much though. When we win, it was like we won a damn World Series. We were so damn bad. We were like the bad news bears, yo. We were just horrible. It just seemed like I got on all horrible teams, and we had a few good players on our team that made up for it. Yeah, we had a horrible situation. But let me get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back later. All right, y'all.